Hey everybody, it's Andrew Brown from the AWS Cloud Project Bootcamp, and we are trying to deploy a service again using CloudFormation. We did set up the database, so that is what we needed to have in the same VPC in order for us to add the security group. The security group is now been added and part of the cluster. We do need to reference our security group into our service, which is now from our cluster layer. So what we'll do is go to our template here, and we do have our cluster stack. Now the question is, did we reference the security group from there? Because I don't know if we did. We have our Fargate service, and somewhere in here we have our security group. So here it says get ATT security groups, and I'm hoping that it's going to allow us to import it. So I'm just going to go here and grab this as such. And so we're doing a function import, and this is from our cluster stack. And then we need to go ahead and grab its name. So we will open up our cluster stack here, wherever that is, into the template. And we'll go down all the way down to the bottom. And we will go into service security group ID. Yeah, because that's the one that we want to actually be assigned here. Okay, and so I'm hoping that this is going to fix our problem, because now the security groups will be set up correctly. We might have to fiddle with it, because if some of our reports are incorrect, that could still be an issue, but I think that it's correct now. So let's go ahead and deploy this. Now, the only thing is that it might be able to establish database connection, but we have no tables in this new database. So that might be something that we might need to do to get this to work, but we'll find out as we work through this here. So we'll do bin CFN service deploy. Hopefully it does not error out. Invalid get ATT for service group ID on line 259. I think it's because we exported it out before, but I don't think it's something we would need to do anymore. Yeah, because we're not referencing it. We thought we'd have to use it for something, but we don't need that there anymore, so we'll take that out. And we will attempt this again. Hopefully it will create our change set. It is creating the change set, so that is great. We're going to make our way back over to CloudFormation. We're going to go to stacks. We're going to go here. We're going to go to change sets. We're going to go ahead and execute the change set. And hopefully this will deploy, or we'll go into like create in progress. So this does take a little bit of time. So I'll see you back here in case it errored out or it's trying to spin it up. See you soon. All right, it's been a little while. Let's take a look here. So execution role created, service is creating in progress. So let's go take a look and see if it's running into any problems. If it is, no surprise, as we've had issues many, many times before, but let's take a look. So we're gonna go into our cluster, and down below it says active, it says in progress. We've had 2 fails, so it is not working. But at least we can try to debug it. So Bako had done 2 things. He had just opened stuff up. So let's go take a look here. Let's see if there's what errors we're getting here. So I'm seeing our usual health checks. Normally we can tell if it's coming from the load balancer. Usually it'll say somewhere in here. We usually can tell because they'll look different. This looks like it's just the container. So let's go take a look at the networking here. We're going to check the security group on this. And so checking the inbound rules. This allows on port 80 from the load balancer. Okay. And now the next question is, what about our database? So we'll go over to our database. This is our new one. We'll click into this. And I'm going to go down below here into our inbound rules. And we are allowing a connection here from this one, SG01247. We go over here. This one is called SG01247. So the permissions are set up correctly here, but it's not working still. So probably what's happening is, I assume that the health check is failing on these. So we just click off of here for a second. And we're going to go back to the cluster. We'll go to all tasks. We'll see what happened to these ones. It's the health check, right? It's the health check. We've gotten that so many times. Let's try fiddling with the security groups as we've been doing before. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the configuration tasks here. I'm going to edit this one. Networking tab. Oh, where are you, security group? Where'd you go? We'll go back to the service here. And from here, we'll go into the service. We'll go to our networking tab. We'll click on the security group. And the first thing I want to do is rule out this one here. And so I'm going to add this again. I'm going to say HTTP from anywhere. Okay. And so we'll see if this makes any kind of difference. So I'm just going to go back to our service here. Refresh. So failed attempts 3. So I'm going to wait till it gets to 4 or 5 here, and I'll be back here in a bit, okay? All right, check this out. Look, it says 1 completed, 4 failed. So, I mean, that sounds pretty good. I'm hoping that it's running right now. It says it's running. Let's go take a look here. And that means that then it's a security group issue with the load balancer. So that might be easy for us to fix. But maybe part of it was that database connection that we were having issues with. We'll go over to our target group here. And we'll check here. Is the target healthy? Well, it's saying it's unhealthy. But then how did it complete then? Come on, give me a break here. So it is saying unhealthy here. But then why did it say complete over there? Refresh. 4 failed, 1 completed. Still unhealthy. Not telling us why, but what we can do is we'll just, again, try this very aggressively. I'm just trying to do what Baco did, which was just give more full access. So I'm going to go here. This is the ALB. This is not the security group. So we have a few here. It looks like it's this one here. And I'm just going to go here and we're going to say 5432. And we'll say from anywhere. Test. Save those rules. And I'm going to wait here and I'm going to, again, see if it actually works this time around, okay? All right, so, frick, this thing is really not working. Now, it's kind of frustrating because Baco got it working, but I apparently can't seem to get it working. The other thing that I can think of that I could do, because we've opened it up on both sides here, is I could go in and I suppose what I could do is change back to the old database. Okay, because the old database, we can easily set it to be from everywhere. And I mean, that's what Baco was doing and he got it working. And so that way we can say, okay, is it the database because we haven't seeded the database or like set up a schema for the table? Because it could still have connection issues because of that. So we'll take a look at that next. Very, very frustrating. But, you know, if we do get this set up, then, you know, it'll be working. It'll be in great shape. But until then, we're having a bit of a headache. So I'm going to go into here, into the default security group here. And I'm going to edit these inbound rules. And we'll manage the edit inbound rules here. And I know that he had one here, and it was just TCP 5432 from anywhere. Okay, anywhere IPv4. We're going to save that. We're going to go back to wherever this database is. So, and you know, try not to leave that all on there because, like, I'm showing you my password. That's why I keep telling you not to use the same password I am using for your database, especially if you're doing risky actions like this. Just a reminder, you know, I'm doing it because I'm debugging and I know when I'm releasing these videos and I know when I can revert that stuff, but I don't want you to do that yourself. Okay, so we have that there. I'd have to go back to parameter store and update it back to the old one, but technically it should work. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to bug Baco tomorrow and have them help me fix it again. But it's so bizarre that I'm having so many issues with it. Well, it's not that bizarre, but it's just at this point you think I would have it down, whatever the issue is. So we'll go here. We'll go back into the connection URL. I'm going to go and edit this. We're going to change this back to what it was before. So if we go over to RDS, give it a moment here. We'll go to our databases. We'll go into this one. And so I just want this endpoint URL. And I really think all it's doing is changing the identifier there, and the rest is the same, but we'll just go ahead and paste that in here like this. We'll go ahead and save those changes. And now what I'm going to do is go back over to ECS. And we'll go over here. We're on 7. So we're going to wait again and see if it picks it up this time, okay? Yeah, you know what? It's just still not working. I don't know what it is. I'm really just going to have to go back to Baco and say, hey, do that magic again, but put it in the CloudFormation because I just can't stand trying to figure out what this issue is. Maybe I have to launch a service not connected to the database, to the load balancer so that I can go and investigate and see maybe if it's throwing some kind of weird error. But I'm just beat, and I'm going to stop the video here. We'll figure it out again tomorrow. Ciao.